Welcome to What I Wish For. This is a channel that I started about a month ago for beginners using Oracle and Tarot cards. And today in my video, I am going to go over a general reading, a 3-card spread with 3 different decks that I normally do. And this is the spread that has been most comfortable for me for right now, is doing a 3-card spread. And I keep going back and forth, like, do I love tarot cards better or oracle cards better or both? And I love the oracle cards. I have found them to be extremely helpful, extremely accurate, and pretty easy to use and read. And my first deck that I originally got, and I stated this in my previous videos, is the Wisdom of the Oracle deck by Colette Baron Reed. And this was my first original deck, and this is the deck that I love. And it's been, I said in one of my videos, it's been a year and a half, but it's been a little over a year, not quite a year and a half, that I have actually really gotten into this. I've had tarot cards in my drawer since my 20s. I'm 48 now. I've had Gypsy Witch playing cards. I bought books on how to read playing cards. So this has always been something that I've been interested in, but it took me about most of my adult life before I was able to embrace this and really decide that I really want to do this and I really love doing this. And what I'm trying to show all of you, for whoever's starting out, if you've done this before or haven't done this yet, I invite you to do it. It's really a lot of fun. I always doubted my intuition and can I trust it? And I'm now learning at 48 years old that my intuition is never wrong. I was just around and surrounded myself with people who helped me second guess myself. But I'm learning to not hang around those people as much. And I shared a lot of them I was related to. So you guys, I'm using my new ear pods today. So this is my first time recording a video with them. So I'm so excited. And so hopefully this is going to be better. How I start off, and I talked about this in my previous videos, is for me to clear my cards, what I normally do is I put them over my heart and I say a prayer to God and I ask Him to please give me the best possible message that I can give and to receive, so I can give it to whoever I'm giving it to. Another trick that I learned, and this is how to protect yourself during a reading, is to imagine a light going all the way around the top of the room that you are in. And as you picture the light going all the way around, then it comes down the center of the room, down through your crown chakra, down past your face, down through your heart, through your stomach, through your legs, down through your calves, through your feet, and into the ground. And then I said, my friend Margaret said, imagine a bright white light around you, supporting you and protecting you. So that's just a little trick that I've been using to help protect myself. So I'm going to get started by shuffling the cards. And when I shuffle these cards, oracle cards are on the larger side. So how I shuffle them is long ways. And usually when I shuffle them, I wait for the cards to jump out. So usually the cards jump out that I feel like have the messages that I need to hear, or for whoever needs to hear the message. So sometimes a bunch of them jump out. This one just jumped out. When a lot of them jump out, I put them back in. But if it's like 2 or 3, I keep them out. So what I'm doing right now, here's the second one, and I'm going to do one more. So the first card is going to be past. The second card is where you are now, and then the third card is what direction you're headed in. So after I do this reading, I'm going to use 2 other decks today. So this message, a bunch just jumped on the floor, but only one of them is up. So I'm going to take that one as a sign. Okay. So you guys, I said when I first got my Oracle deck, I did not feel this, oh my God, immediate connection. It wasn't, I couldn't just look at the pictures and know what they meant. So for me, what I've had to do is I've had to read the book. I've had to practice and practice and practice. And the only way to get good at anything is to practice. And even if you are intuitive, and you might get all the information downloaded, that was not the case for me. So I just want to share that with people because I'm always looking for somebody to tell me what is normal, and especially in something that I'm interested in. So I'm telling you guys what my normal was and is. So the first card is Higher Power, and it's beautiful. So Higher Power, I can now kind of read these intuitively, but I've also read the book a lot, and I am going to go through and read the meaning through the book with you guys. But Higher Power, what this says to me is that my higher power, my spirit guides, my guide, my angels, God, whoever you guys believe in, has been with you the entire time, even if it hasn't felt like it. A lot of times what happens is our perception and how we see things. And I felt abandoned by God for most of my life. Growing up, I grew up in hell, and but I know now God was always with me, and angels were sent my way. You know, they weren't related to me, but somebody was just so nice. Or, you know, I tried to have other families adopt me because I didn't want to be a Mayan, so I would always stay at friends' houses, and those were my angels. My friends' parents would let me sleep over. So I look to those people now as they were my angels, and God was with me and looking out for me the whole time, even though when I was in it, I couldn't see it. So I'm going to read to you guys the meaning of number 4. And I saw Teresa, the Long Island medium. She's been doing Facebook Live every day, and she's been reading an angel card to everybody. And as she's reading her angel, as she's giving the angel card, she is reading the definition from the book. So that gave me permission. I can use the book. You guys, whatever is comfortable for you is the right way. So you're not going to do this wrong, and you can't do it wrong. So higher power, conscious contact with a higher power, the presence of the divine, seeing source energy in all things, committing to a partnership with spirit. This card reminds you that you are more of a person trying to get ahead and making things happen for yourself and others. You have an immortal soul and are gifted with human life through which a higher power can express himself. At this time, you need to be conscious of your connection to spirit, foster it through prayer and meditation. Ask, what is the highest good for all? How can I serve? Then get out of your own way. Trust that there is a plan for your life, more wondrous than you can ever know. You were always protected and divinely directed. Now there's also a relationship message. So it's time to address how much effort you give your relationship with your higher power, called God, Goddess, Spirit, or another name that is sacred and holy. Recognize that your partnership with Spirit is your number 1 priority. The appearance of this card also indicates that there is a deep spiritual bond between you and another person who is especially essential to your growth and evolution. Tend to your spiritual connections and remain aware of your true nature. Sometimes your work just flows through you. Ideas come rushing in, and inspiration bubbles up from a wellspring you didn't even know you could access. When you enter agreements, begin projects, or negotiate deals with Spirit as your partner, you will always succeed. Let your higher power lead. The synchronicities and your intuitive nudges you feel will help you see which way you are being pointed, giving your confidence to move forward in the right direction. Don't forget to give credit where credit is due. You wouldn't be a success without Spirit's guidance. Humility will serve you well when the symbol appears. So I believe that when I'm doing these videos with you guys, that this is God, and this is my guides and my spirit working. They're working through me to tell you guys if you're doing it right. And I think I always wanted to know, like, am I doing this right? And I guarantee you, wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are doing it right. Okay? So for anybody who is second guessing or doubting themselves, you're not going to do it wrong. I promise you. If you are asking yourself, am I a light worker? Am I a healer? Yes, you are. So the next card is Happy Happy, and it's upside down. And that is where you are presently. And I know for me, the happy happy is like happily ever after, but when it's upside down, what it speaks to me is that, you know, I don't know if you guys are like this, but I always think I need the ending of the story. Like, give me the ending of the story, and then I'll let you know if I want to do the story or not. But the thing is to be happy now and be where you are and try and stay as present as possible. And when you are waiting for your answer or for your sign from your spirit or your guides or God or your angels, and you feel like your answer isn't coming quick enough, the one thing that I have found that is so helpful is do things that bring you joy. Do things that are fun, that you love, whether it's dancing or singing or playing a guitar or making art or whatever makes your heart sing. And that passes the time, and a lot of times as you're having fun, that's when your ideas and your answers come. Or somebody you might bump into will just say something and you're like, oh my God, that's it. So having fun and doing things that you love is definitely a way to stay happy where you are now. So, and if you don't know what's fun and what brings you joy, start looking for things that make you happy. It says joy and contentment, a sense of fulfillment, a feeling that all is well. Now, whenever these cards are upside down, there is a message in the book that says protection message. So that's the message that I read when the cards are upside down. Lighten up, because this is the time to be ridiculous and silly. See the world through the eyes of a clown. Don't take yourself so seriously or any situation. Have fun, be playful, and make laughter the order of the day. You'll be surprised how everything seems to fall into place when humor leads the way. Being happy and lighthearted is a wonderful icebreaker. Life is meant to play as well as work, for laughter as well as tears, for celebration as well as focus. Spirit wants to sparkle through you today. Smile and enjoy each breath and each moment. Miracles lie in the silly things today. So have fun. You guys, I bought a hula hoop at Walmart a couple weeks ago, and I used to hula hoop when I was a little girl, and I was good at it. And now, I don't know what the heck happened, but I'm getting better at it. My son said when he sees me with this hula hoop, I look like I'm having a seizure. And now it just looks like instead of calling 911, he could actually drive me to the hospital instead. So I'm getting better at it, but it makes me laugh, and it's good exercise. I have neck and back problems, but it's like, it's fun, and it reminds me of being a little girl. And there were things that brought me joy when I was younger that are still bringing me joy now. And I know this is a hard time for so many people, and I get it. I do. It's hard. So finding things that make you smile right now are they're really important. So I hope you're able to do that. Now the next card says here and now. And this card to me, first of all, the pictures and the imagery is so beautiful, but it's like, be where you are and be present. And I think being where you are and being present, it is a full-time job. I'm not even kidding you. When I go on my phone or my iPad, it's almost like you can watch me leave the room. And I know addiction is present in everybody in different forms, and we are all looking for ways to not feel pain and not feel sad. And if you can practice just trying to be in the moment, it helps so much. And even if you can only do it for a minute at a time, but just kind of sitting and being present and being in your body. And we are taught that we don't want to feel anything but happy all the time. And it's really hard to be happy every second of every day. But anything to the extreme is not healthy. So I guarantee that if you were watching my video and watching all of this, chances are you have struggled with addiction too. I have. And I have to practice with it every single day. And I have to take care of myself and try tools and techniques just to show up for my life. And doing these videos is helping me show up for you guys, but I have to show up for myself first. It says, being fully present and in the moment, living one day at a time. Everything happens in the now, in the present. Only this moment counts. You have what it takes to handle anything today if you let go of the need to look into the future or reflect on the past. Be present and notice what is going on right now. This very moment has the potential for you to create miracles in your life. It's easy to yearn for a love affair or a friendship you may not have right now. That is more romantic, more fun, more reliable, more passionate. The good old days are gone. A new day has dawned. Let your heart trust that you have everything you need right now, whether you have the relationship that you desire. Tomorrow is beyond your reach. Yesterday cannot return. Now is all that is available to you. Stay present and aware in this moment as you cherish and approve of your beautiful self. You are a magnet for love. Spirit is madly in love with you right now. Did you know that? Turn into spirit to feel the joy of love in the here and now. What you are working on is golden, and your efforts will leave a powerful legacy. Focus on not meeting the goal in the far-off future, but in creating your dream now. Releasing your desire for an outcome and owning that it already exists. It will appear in the material world as if by magic. Claim your prosperity now. The essence is more important than the form. When you are immersed in prosperous thoughts, you automatically tune into a sense of timelessness and unlimited potential. You can act as if, in spite of the temporary outer conditions, you are prosperous in this moment. what you think now becomes your reality. Stay present. So my summary of this spread is that God and Spirit and your guides are with you. And if you have a hard time seeing them, which I did for a long time too, I needed other people to pull them out of me and point them out to me. And for a long time I could only see the negative, and I could only see what I didn't get and what I didn't have. And now I can see what I have. And what I have right now are people watching a video on oracle cards that I'm doing, which is so exciting to me. And just being happy and being present and staying where you are. And when people say the gift is in the journey, and I'm like, yeah, right. Like, I don't want to hear that. I want to hear, like, I'm going to be a millionaire and I'm going to live happily ever after. And if you are alive and breathing and you have the internet, you've got it pretty good right now, and you have it a lot better than most people do. So just being where you are, being happy with what you have, gratitude. Gratitude is so important, and being grateful for what you have brings more abundance. So what this is saying is, whoever's watching this, you're exactly where you need to be, even if you don't believe it. And sometimes you don't want to hear that. I know when I'm in it, I don't want to hear that. I want to hear, everything's going to be great and wonderful and roses, and that works for about 10 minutes, and then I go back to, how does this person really know anyway? So the second part of the reading, guys, is I got these new cards and I'm so excited about them. Oracle of the Fairies. And I am attracted to all oracle cards that have the meanings on them. I struggle with comprehension and learning things. And when I see things over and over again, it helps make the connection for me. So chances are, anybody who's watching this, you're creative. And creatives have different ways of learning that is not traditional. Like, I should have went to Votech, and I wasn't able to go to Votech because my parents, said they had kids go there. But reading and comprehension was really hard for me. So one of the ways that I've been learning the cards is buying the cards that have the meaning on them, and then adding my own life experience in addition to seeing the cards and reading the meanings. And anybody who's aspiring to be a card reader right now, people are coming to see you, and they trust your experience. So what you have to say and what you have to offer is very valuable. And the people who make you second guess and doubt yourself or doubt what you're saying, honestly, they doubt themselves and they don't trust themselves, and they're trying to project that onto you. So I hope as you're doing readings for people, if people are like, I don't believe you, and I blah, 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 they don't believe themselves. So that's something that it's taken me a long time to realize, and they try and make you second guess and doubt yourself. So I hope that you are able to, if you come across people that are trying to make you doubt and second guess yourself, it's really a reflection of they doubt and second guess themselves, and they want to rock your confidence from you, and don't let them do it. All right, I'm going to put the cards over my heart and say a prayer to God to give me the best possible reading for you guys, for anybody who's watching this. And I'm sending you love. So anybody who needs some love today, which I think we all could use some love. So I'm shuffling these cards long ways again, and I'm going to wait for them to pop out. And you guys, I'm like obsessed with these cards. I love all of them, but certain ones speak to me on certain days. And what I am going to start to do, and I'll make a commitment out loud, I'm going to start doing readings on the actual astrological signs. So this is practice for me, and for everybody who's watching, I say thank you so much. And if you want to do this, I say do it. And if you've never recorded yourself before, try and do it. If you're younger than me, chances are you have recorded yourself before, because it's the younger generation's way, and it's really cool. I wish I would have been able to do it before now, but it's like anything that you do it exactly when you're supposed to. So I hope nobody's beating themselves up for not starting this sooner. You start it right on time. All right, the first one, fairies. Now this has the meaning on it, so it helps me so much. Tree wisdom. This tree dryad, I don't know what that means, will help you navigate through your current situation. Her flute can reveal insights and answers through the sound it makes. Okay, guys, like now my intuition is starting to kick in. That through music, a lot of times, I don't know if you guys, if music speaks to you, but it speaks to me. And sometimes just a song will pop on and you're like, oh my God. You get a memory or a flashback or friends who you were with, or, you know, but it says that music is going to help you. You're going to hear your signs and your things through music. So if you guys love music like I do, and that brings you joy, listen to your music. It's going to help inspire you. And you're going to get a lot of answers through that. So it says, shine from within. Looks are only skin deep. True beauty shines from within, and it's time for you to shine. This is a time for self-acceptance and revealing your true beauty. So I know we're in a world right now where everybody compares themselves with the outward appearance, and it's really hard, and it's really unfair, and some people are genetically gifted. And I don't know about any of you out there, but I've always struggled with my weight. Food has been an issue for me. So, you know, I never looked like a model. I never had a perfect body, and I compared my physical things to other people, and hopefully what you can learn from this is that, you know what, your heart shines on the outside, and that's where all your beauty lies, is your inside. The more you're connected to your intuition, the more you're connected to who you are as a person. And for anybody who's watching, it takes a lifetime to be able to do this. So it is not, you don't just wake up one day and feel great about yourself. And if you're around people that that don't elevate you, and you know, it's really hard to feel that way, but your heart is your greatest gift, and sharing that with other people is the most valuable thing that you can do. And sharing yourself with as many people as you can is really, to me, God shining his light through you. So you're going to shine from within, and chances are you already are. Being on this path, and this creative path, is a lot harder to do. So this is not for the weak. Anybody who is creative, trust me, you struggle when you're younger. And as you get older, you flourish. And a lot of people who are the opposite, who are all about business and career and finances, their struggle doesn't appear when they're younger, it shows up when they're older. So for anybody who is into this, into art, into music, it's a rough road in the beginning, but you work out and iron out all of your stuff when you're younger. And I'm telling you, it is rough. And I believe you, and I know it is. And you have to heal. and help yourself. And then as you heal and help yourself, you're able to go back and help all the people who judged you for being creative. They need you, and they need your help, and they need all of us. And we do our work younger, they do their work when they're older, and I think eventually we all integrate together so we can find out that we all need each other, and there's no right or wrong way, but it's all about love and not judging ourselves and not judging others. The last card says inspiration. Be prepared. As soon as you receive a visit from the fairy of you will soon receive a visit from the fairy of inspiration. Come dusk or dawn, she can call at any time. So you guys, if you, your inspiration is there and it's in you. And, you know, I found out for me today, I've been walking with a woman in my neighborhood for a week, and she asked me to go walk with her, and I used to walk around the neighborhood by myself, and it was so nice to have somebody want to walk with me. But what I realized today is that I need to walk by myself in my neighborhood. It's when I get a lot of my creative ideas. It grounds me. I am out in nature. I get to listen to my music, which makes me so, so happy. And that's when I get a lot of great ideas, is when I'm walking by myself outside in nature, listening to my music. So that's where my inspiration comes. So I'm gonna let her know that thank you so much for walking with me, and it was a great week. But what I need in order to lift my spirit and to have my spirit lifted is to have some time by myself where I can ground myself, see nature, and just be free and be happy. And that's where my inspiration comes from, and that's where I get ideas to even be brave enough to do these videos. So you guys, I hope this really helped. I'm gonna go one more into the Angel of Abundance cards. And this deck is Dorian Virtue and Grant Virtue, and I love this deck because it's all about abundance. And I was thinking the other day, abundance is, on the end of it, is dance. So if any of you guys out there like to dance, I'm telling you, your abundance might be in dancing. I am going to put these cards over my heart and just ask God to give us the best possible messages. So I'm going to do one more 3-card spread with you. I keep seeing when I close my eyes to do this, I keep seeing a house, like somebody out there is getting ready to move, that some kind of something is coming in and you're going to get an offer to move. And it might be a house, and it might be a move jobs, or move schools, or move, I don't know. It's just, I saw a house a couple of times, and that's starting to happen to me. I'm starting to see more and more. My intuitiveness is that I'm getting more and more connected, and more things are starting to show up, and I'm starting to trust that. I'm starting to have some things happen where I feel like, is there something wrong with me, and am I going crazy? So if anybody's having that happen to them right now, I get it. It's happening to me, and I'm learning to trust it. And I honestly, I feel like I need to talk to somebody else to have them say, Michelle, it's your guides. They are talking to you. You're not crazy, and this is what's happening the more you listen to your intuition. So, all right, guys. These cards are so beautiful. I'm going to read the first one to you, and it's so funny. It says, abundance mindset. If you think of your abundance as something that happens in the future, then it'll always be one day away from you. see, feel, think, and speak of abundance as something you already have in the present moment, and that is what you experience. So you guys, you're already in it. You're in your abundance, no matter what it is. And I always think of down the road, what if I'm not? What if something happens? And in my experience, in my life experience, everything is always better, not worse. And the worrying just makes you sick, and it takes your joy away from you now. So back to being in the present moment, and then like breathe and have your feet planted on the ground. Okay. The next one says, have courage, ask for and accept help. Asking for help is a sign of strength, as it is accepting as it is offered to you. Very often when you ask God for help, prayers are answered through other people. Be sure to accept this assistance as well as give it to others as you are guided. So if anybody is struggling out there, sometimes I know for me, I grew up in a family, it was you were weak if you needed help. And what I've learned is it is a sign of strength to ask and receive for help. Part of my healing and my learning process is I went to people who weren't able to help me, and I was constantly rejected. So what I've had to learn how to do is, who are my safe people? Like, not to go to somebody who's not going to help me and ask them to help me. It's taken me a long time to figure this out. So I stopped. It's like trying to get $5 from somebody who doesn't have $5 to give. You don't go to somebody with no money asking them for money and then being totally heartbroken when they can't give it to you. It sounds ridiculous, but I did that over and over again, and not with money, with love from people, and mostly men. So I went to people who didn't have it to give, and then I took it as a sign of rejection, of there was something wrong with me. Instead of, I was going to people who did not, I don't want to say they didn't have love to give, but they weren't capable of giving it to me in the way that I needed it. But I would feel so hurt and rejected and think, what is wrong with me? Like, why doesn't this person love me enough? And really what I found out is they didn't have it to give to me, and it was not a sign of what was wrong with me. It was a sign that there is love waiting for me with somebody else. So if anybody is doing that, I did it too for a long time, but guess what? I'm not doing it anymore. I decided I don't want breadcrumbs anymore. I want the whole loaf of bread, and I'm okay with waiting for that. And I hope you guys are too. So as soon as you are the whole loaf, you can support yourself financially. You have everything that you want to get from somebody else. If you can have all of those qualities within yourself first and be your whole loaf of bread, then you find another loaf of bread. You don't settle for crumbs. You guys, you deserve more than crumbs. Okay, the last card says, God is your source. Everything you need is supplied by the infinite source of God, and your faith opens the doorway to receive. In God, there is no lack or limitation. Rather, there is plenty of abundance for all to share. So if anybody is struggling, do you feel a connection to God? Do you feel like you have your spiritual connection? It takes a long time to feel it and to trust it. So if you are struggling with that right now, it is okay. And if you don't like yourself, or you're not sure if you love yourself yet, and you can't look in the mirror and say, I love myself, you can look in the mirror and say, God loves me. And God wants the best for me. And And if you can do that to affirm yourself, because God does love you, and He does want the very best for you. And I know that, and I believe that, and I think we are all made from God, and we were all made of love and for love. So thank you to everybody who's watching, and I'm excited to be on this journey with you. And if you are walking on eggshells, you are not with your soul tribe. You guys, if you want a personal reading from me, I'm going to link my email address below. So I would love to do a reading for you. I take Venmo, and please look out for future videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much, and take care.